Your income will always be in direct proportion to your philosophy of life. Think about that for a second. What does that mean? It means that the way you think about life, your mindset, your approach to challenges, and most importantly, your value, directly impacts the success you can achieve. If you want to get ahead, break free from the limits you've set for yourself, and start seeing real progress, there's one thing you need to understand. Success isn't handed to you, it's earned. And it's earned based on how much value you bring to the world. The more you grow, the more you give, the more you improve yourself, the more success will naturally follow. But here's the thing. If you stay stuck in the same routine, doing the same things, don't expect anything to change. Today we're going to explore how you can raise your value, push yourself beyond your comfort zone, and start seeing results like never before. It's not about working harder, it's about becoming more. You'll learn how to take control of your future by simply focusing on your value. So, if you're ready to break free from where you are and rise to where you know you should be, stick with me. Let's dive in and make this happen together. Number one, raise your value every day and you'll never fear competition. Success is not something you wait for, it's something you create. Every single day you wake up with a chance to become more than you were yesterday. And that, my friend, is the difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck. Because let's be real, life doesn't reward people just for showing up. It rewards those who bring something valuable to the table. You know what holds most people back? It's not bad luck. It's not circumstances. It's not even a lack of opportunity. It's their refusal to raise their own value. They keep waiting for someone to come along and hand them success, hand them money, hand them a better life. But that's not how this world works. If you don't increase your value, you stay in the same place while everyone else moves ahead. And if you don't believe me, just take a look around. How many people do you know who have been doing the same thing in the same way for years, and they wonder why nothing changes? Here's the truth. The world is moving forward, and if you're not growing, you're falling behind. People don't pay for average. Businesses don't reward people who just do enough. Success isn't handed to the ones who put in time. It's given to those who put in value. If you're always worried about competition, if you're afraid someone else will take your spot, it's because you haven't made yourself irreplaceable yet. Because let me tell you something. When you commit to raising your value every single day, you will never have to fear competition again. Why? Because you become the competition. Most people fear losing their job, losing opportunities, or being outperformed by someone else. But the people who succeed at the highest level don't live in fear. They live in preparation. They don't sit around hoping things get better. They get better. They don't wait for the economy to change. They change themselves. They don't wait for someone to recognize their worth. They make their worth undeniable. Think about it. Who gets the promotion? The person who just shows up and does what they're told? Or the one who goes above and beyond, who brings ideas? Who adds more to the business than what's expected? Who gets the opportunities in life? The person who waits for them, or the person who builds themselves up so strong that opportunities come knocking? See, the world rewards value, not effort. This is where most people go wrong. They think just because they work hard, they should be rewarded. But let's be honest, hard work alone isn't enough. You can work hard digging a hole in your backyard for 10 hours, but will someone pay you for that no because effort without value as wasted energy? But when you work hard on something that increases your worth, now that's when everything changes. Let's talk about fear for a second. Fear of losing, fear of failing, fear of being left behind, all of it disappears when you know you've built yourself into someone who is valuable. Imagine walking into any room, any company, any opportunity, and knowing deep down that no one can ignore what you bring to the table. That's power. That's security. That's freedom. And that only comes when you make the decision to get better every single day. Some people wake up and go through the motions. They do what's required, and then they wonder why they don't get ahead. But others, they wake up with a purpose. They look for ways to improve, to grow, to master their craft. They read, they learn, they practice, they execute, and over time, they become so good that they can't be ignored. These are the people who never worry about competition because they've already outgrown the level where competition exists. So what's stopping you? Are you waiting for the right time? Are you waiting for motivation? Because if you are, let me tell you something. You'll be waiting forever. The people who succeed aren't the ones who feel like it every day. They are the ones who do it anyway. They are the ones who push through even when no one is watching, even when no one is clapping, even when no one believes in them, because they know that their success is not about luck, it's about value. Every day you have a choice. You can wake up and stay the same, or you can wake up and increase your worth. If you choose the first option, you'll always be looking over your shoulder, afraid that someone younger, smarter, or more skilled will take your place. But if you choose the second option, you'll never fear competition again, because you will become the competition. You will be the one others are trying to catch up to. And here's the best part. Raising your value isn't complicated. You don't have to be a genius. You don't need connections. You don't need luck. You just need the discipline to improve yourself every day. Learn new skills, improve your thinking, read, practice, push yourself beyond what's comfortable. Because comfort is the enemy of value. If you stay where it's comfortable, you stay where you are. But if you push yourself, you grow. And when you grow, your value increases. The world doesn't wait for you to get better. It keeps moving forward with or without you. So what are you going to do? Stay stuck or rise up? Are you going to watch others succeed, or are you going to make yourself so valuable that success has no choice but to find you? Because at the end of the day, it's not about hoping for a better future. It's about building one. And the only way to do that is to make yourself better than you were yesterday. Raise your value, and success will follow. Number 2, better skills, better life. Your success is in your hands. Success is in your hands. It's not in the hands of your boss, not in the hands of the government, not in the hands of the economy. It's in your hands. And if you want a better life, you have to build better skills. That's the foundation of everything. Because life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you deserve. And what you deserve is directly tied to the skills you develop. Look around, you'll see 2 types of people. One group is stuck, frustrated, complaining about how unfair life is. They blame their circumstances, their background, their past. They wait for things to change. Then you have the other group, the ones who seem to be winning, the ones who always get the best opportunities, the ones who succeed no matter where they start. What's the difference? It's not luck. It's not connections. It's not even intelligence. It's skills. The second group made a decision. They weren't going to stay the same. They weren't going to wait. They were going to grow, improve, develop new abilities until they became so good that success couldn't ignore them. Most people want success, but they don't want to do what it takes to earn it. They want more money, but they don't want to become more valuable. They want a better life, but they don't want to change. They want opportunities, but they don't want to build the skills that create those opportunities. And that's why so many people stay stuck. They think the problem is outside of them when really it's inside. If you're not where you want to be, you don't need more motivation, you need better skills. Because skills are the great equalizer. It doesn't matter where you were born, what your past looks like, or what struggles you've faced. If you have the right skills, the world will pay attention. People will open doors for you. Opportunities will come your way. And you'll never have to beg for success, because success will come looking for you. Think about it. Why do some people get paid millions while others barely make enough to survive? It's not effort. Some of the hardest working people in the world are broke. It's not intelligence. There are plenty of smart people struggling. It's not even about time, because 2 people can work the same hours and have completely different results. The difference is skill. One person has skills that are in high demand and the other doesn't. One person spent years improving their abilities, and the other stayed the same. One person made themselves valuable, and the other hoped that life would magically get better on its own. Hope is not a strategy. Wishing for success won't bring it. Complaining won't change anything. Waiting for the right time is just another way of avoiding responsibility. The only way forward is skill development. The only way to earn more, do more, and become more is to learn more. Now, here's where most people go wrong. They think they can stay at the same level and somehow get better results. They think they can do the bare minimum and still get ahead. They believe that what worked yesterday will work tomorrow. But the truth is, the world is moving fast. And if you're not growing, you're falling behind. The people who win in life are the ones who understand this. They don't wait for someone to teach them. They take control of their own education. They read, they practice, they invest in themselves. They make sacrifices. They do what others won't so they can have what others can't. And eventually, they reach a point where their skills are so sharp, so powerful, that no one can ignore them. That's the goal, to become irreplaceable, to get to a level where you're not hoping for opportunities, you're creating them. Where you're not worried about losing your job because you know that no matter where you go, your skills will make room for you. Where you're not stressed about the future because you built a foundation that guarantees success. It won't be easy, never is, but let me tell you something, it's worth it. The time you spend developing your skills will never be wasted. The effort you put in to grow will pay off for the rest of your life. And the person you become in the process, that's the real reward. Because success isn't just about money. It's about freedom. It's about confidence. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you can't handle it. Because you didn't rely on luck. You built yourself up to a level where success became inevitable. So the question is, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay the same and hope things get better? Or are you going to take control, take responsibility, and start developing the skills that will change your life? The choice is yours, but remember this: better skills, better life, and no one can do it for you. Number 3, people choose value over friendship. Be worth something. To truly succeed in life, there's one thing you need to understand. People choose value over friendship. Let me explain. You see, we live in a world that's driven by exchanges. Every day we make choices based on what others can offer us. We make decisions on who to work with, who to collaborate with, and even who to spend time with, based on one simple question: what value do they bring to the table? It's not always about the good times or the shared interests. It's about what someone brings to your life that makes you better, smarter, or more successful. Now, don't get me wrong, friendship is important, but in the real world, relationships are more than just about having fun or socializing. They are about growth, improvement, and success. And the truth is, people are always looking for value. Think about it. The friends you keep, the people you work with, the connections you make, all of those relationships are formed because there's something valuable being exchanged. Either they're learning something from you or you're gaining something from them. It's a give and take situation. And if you're not offering any value, eventually people will move on. This is something that a lot of people miss. They think that simply being likable or friendly will get them ahead in life. But it's not enough. You need to be worth something. You need to bring real, tangible value to the table. Value that can make someone's life better, make their business stronger, or help them grow in some way. Without that value, the friendships you have will remain shallow and will not help you get ahead. The world doesn't reward you just for being nice or being available. It rewards you for being someone people can count on. Someone who has the knowledge, the skills, and the ability to make things happen. So, when you focus on being valuable, you become someone that people want to be around, someone that people want to work with, and most importantly, someone who can achieve the kind of success that's not just about luck, but about real, hard-earned results. People are busy, they have goals, they have their own dreams, and if you're not bringing anything to the table, they won't have time for you. The truth is, success doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care how much you want it. Success only cares about what you can do with what you have. If you're not learning, growing, and developing new skills, then what are you doing? People want to be around winners, those who can help them achieve more, not just sit around and talk about it. So, you have to be that person who is constantly improving, adding value, and getting better. Because when you're worth something, the opportunities will start to show up. Now, let's talk about value for a second. What does it mean to have value? Value is not just a product or service you sell. It's who you are as a person. It's the knowledge, the skills, the experiences, and the mindset you bring into every situation. It's the ability to solve problems, to offer insights, to provide solutions that others can't. It's the ability to inspire and lead. And it's not something that you just get handed to you. It's something you build every day with your actions, your choices, and your willingness to invest in yourself. The more valuable you are, the more people will want to be around you. It's as simple as that. People choose value. People choose those who can make things happen. And if you're not valuable, you'll find yourself alone, stuck, or wondering why success seems so far out of reach. You've heard it said before, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And while knowing the right people is important, it's what you bring to the table that keeps those connections alive. Because at the end of the day, those who know you are asking themselves, what can I get from this person? And if the answer is nothing, your relationships will fade. But if you're someone who can solve problems, someone who can help others get closer to their goals, that's where real value is. People will flock to you, they'll support you, and you won't have to chase after success. It'll come to you. This is why it's so important to invest in yourself. Your value is directly linked to the skills, knowledge, and mindset you have. The more you grow, the more you become a person that others want to be around. They'll choose you for the value you offer. And that's what makes the difference between just getting by and truly living a life of success. When you build real value, people see you differently. They see you as someone who can help them grow. They see you as someone who can make a real impact. And those people will pay attention. They'll listen to your ideas. They'll want to be in your circle. And they'll want to work with you. Because they know that being around someone valuable will only make them better. But you can't wait for others to come to you. You have to decide to become someone worth knowing. You have to decide to put in the work to develop your skills and knowledge. You have to decide to be someone who can make a difference. It's not easy, but nothing worth having ever is. If you're ready to be someone who brings real value into the world, someone who creates lasting relationships, and someone who attracts success into their life, then the first step is to focus on improving yourself every single day. Make yourself so valuable that people can't help but notice. Develop the skills, the mindset, and the expertise that make you indispensable. And when you do that, you'll find that success is no longer something you chase, it will come looking for you. So the question is simple. What value are you bringing into the world? If you want success, if you want to be the person people want to be around, it's time to start becoming the person who adds real value. Your friendships, your career, your future, it all depends on it. Number 4, comfort zones kill value. Push yourself or stay average. If you want to truly excel, if you want to stand out from the crowd and achieve the kind of success that most people only dream about, then there's one thing you've got to understand. Your comfort zone is your worst enemy. We all have one. It's that place where everything feels safe, predictable, and easy. It's where we feel good because we're not pushing ourselves too hard. But here's the harsh truth. The comfort zone is where your growth goes to die. It's where your potential gets buried and where opportunities pass you by. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by sticking to what was easy. They didn't sit back, play it safe, and wait for the perfect conditions to arrive. No. They got there by stepping outside of their comfort zone, by pushing themselves in ways that made them uncomfortable, even scared. And that's exactly what you have to do if you want to change your life and create real value. You can't stay comfortable and expect your value to grow. Comfort zones are where mediocrity thrives. They're where you stay average, never striving for more, never challenging yourself, never truly finding out what you're capable of. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you'll work hard enough eventually, but you have to ask yourself, how much longer are you willing to settle? How many more years are you going to allow the same old habits to control your destiny? You see, there's a difference between being comfortable and being successful. Comfort is what keeps you stuck. It's what holds you back from the bigger, better things that are waiting for you. Success, on the other hand, is all about growth. It's about stepping into the unknown and doing the hard things, even when you don't feel like it. It's about going after your goals with everything you've got, even when it feels uncomfortable. Let's be real for a moment. How many times have you found yourself sitting in a job, in a relationship, or in a situation, and you know deep down you could do better, but you're just too comfortable to make the change? How many times have you settled for less because it felt easier? Maybe you told yourself it's good enough, or this is what I can get. But deep down, you know that good enough is never going to get you where you want to go. You know that comfort is the killer of growth, and you know that if you keep settling, you're going to stay exactly where you are. The reason so many people never reach their potential is because they let comfort dictate their actions. They choose the easy path over the hard one. They avoid the tough conversations, the hard decisions, and the challenging situations that could push them forward. But the truth is, if you want your value to grow, you have to push yourself beyond your limits. You have to step out of your comfort zone and face the discomfort that comes with progress. It's the only way to create real change in your life. You can't keep doing what you've always done and expect different results. If you want to increase your value, you need to do things that make you uncomfortable. You need to take on challenges that test your limits and make you grow. It's easy to sit back and wait for life to hand you success, but that's not how it works. Success comes to those who are willing to put in the effort, even when it's hard. And the reality is, if you stay in your comfort zone, you'll stay stuck. You'll stay average, you'll stay the same. Look around at the people who are thriving in their lives, whether in business, relationships, or health. They didn't get there by staying comfortable. They didn't get there by avoiding hard work or tough choices. They got there by constantly challenging themselves, by pushing through the discomfort, and by refusing to settle for mediocrity. And that's exactly what you need to do too. It's time to stop making excuses and start making progress. It's time to embrace the discomfort that comes with growth and take action, even when it feels uncomfortable. The simple fact is, comfort zones kill your potential. They keep you in a loop of familiar habits and routines, never allowing you to grow, to improve, or to reach your true potential. If you want to make progress, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to stretch your limits and be willing to fail. Because the truth is, you're not going to grow by playing it safe. You're going to grow by stepping into the unknown, by doing things that challenge you and force you to become a better version of yourself. If you're tired of being stuck in the same place, if you're ready to stop settling for less than you deserve, then it's time to make a change. It's time to get uncomfortable. It's time to stop allowing your comfort zone to control your destiny. Start taking on challenges that push you, that force you to step up and become the person you were always meant to be. When you make the choice to push beyond your comfort zone, when you decide to take the difficult path instead of the easy one, you begin to unlock your true potential. You start to see opportunities that were always there, but that you were too comfortable to notice. And as you grow, you start to attract the kind of people and the kind of success that's waiting for those who are willing to put in the work. It's not going to be easy, but nothing worth having ever is. But let me tell you, the discomfort you feel now will be nothing compared to the satisfaction of knowing you pushed yourself beyond what you thought was possible. It will be nothing compared to the results that come from breaking free of the cycle of comfort and mediocrity. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop playing it safe and start living up to your full potential? Are you ready to push yourself beyond your limits and see what you're truly capable of? Your comfort zone is holding you back. If you want to grow, to succeed, and to increase your value, you have to leave it behind. There's nothing waiting for you there but stagnation. The world outside your comfort zone is where the magic happens. It's where your true growth begins. It's time to step out, embrace the discomfort, and start pushing yourself to become the person you were always meant to be. The choice is yours. You can either stay stuck in your comfort zone, or you can push yourself to grow, to learn, and to become someone who is truly capable of achieving anything. The time to act is now. Number 5, no one owes you success. You have to earn it. Success doesn't come easy. It's not handed to you. It doesn't come from luck or waiting for the right time to magically appear. Success is earned. It's earned through hard work, discipline, and a relentless pursuit of your goals. The idea that success is something you're entitled to simply because you want it is one of the biggest misconceptions out there. No one owes you success. Nobody is waiting for you to get everything you want just because you think you deserve it. You have to go out there and earn it every single day. Think about it. Every successful person you admire, every entrepreneur you look up to, every athlete who inspires you, they didn't get to where they are by sitting back and expecting the world to give them what they wanted. They didn't sit there and hope someone would give them a break. No, they worked tirelessly. They stayed up late. They sacrificed weekends. They pushed through failures, rejections, and doubts. They earned every inch of their success. And the same goes for you. You're not special just because you want success. You're not going to be handed the keys to the kingdom just because you wish for it. If you want success, you have to earn it with everything you've got. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you will begin to understand what it truly takes to succeed. Success doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't owe you time, opportunities, or rewards. Success isn't a gift that's passed out to people based on how badly they want it. It doesn't work that way. But here's the good news. You have the power to earn it. You have the ability to go out there and create the life you want. You can go after the dreams that seem impossible right now, but you've got to do the work. You've got to stop waiting for someone to give you permission to succeed. There's no magical person out there who is going to swoop in and make your dreams come true. That person, that force, it's you. You are the one who has to make it happen. In a world that often tells you to wait for the right opportunity or to trust in timing, the real truth is that success doesn't care about timing. It doesn't care about waiting for everything to fall into place. Success doesn't care if the conditions are perfect. It doesn't care if you're comfortable or ready. It only cares about how much you're willing to put in, how much effort you're willing to give. The universe doesn't just drop success in your lap because you want it. It's a reward for the effort you put in and day out. And the price of success is higher than most people are willing to pay. Look, I get it. We all want things to be easier. We want to show up and have success handed to us with a ribbon on top. But if that were the case, if success was easy to come by, then it wouldn't be as valuable. It wouldn't mean as much. Success is earned through resilience, through doing what others are unwilling to do. It's about finding a way when there seems to be no way. It's about getting back up after every failure and going after it again with more strength, more determination, and more focus than the last time. It's about pushing through when everyone else is ready to quit. You've got to put in the time. You've got to be willing to pay the price, and the price is high. You have to do the work, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. Even when the results are slow, when people are telling you to give up, or when you're starting to wonder if it's all worth it, that's when it counts the most. When you keep pushing even though no one is applauding you, when you keep moving forward even when you don't feel like it, that's when success starts to show up. That's when it starts to pay off, but it won't happen unless you earn it. This idea that success is something you are entitled to just because you've been working at it for a while is a trap. The world doesn't owe you anything. The universe doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't owe you success because you showed up. You have to earn it day by day. You have to earn it through actions, not intentions. You have to earn it through commitment, not wishing. Success is not something that just happens to you. It's not a destination you reach by accident. It's something you actively pursue. It's a process. It's a mindset that you develop by showing up, by doing the work, and by never giving up, no matter what. And here's something important to understand. Success doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about the circumstances you were born into, the setbacks you've faced, or how hard things are right now. It doesn't care about how many times you've been knocked down. Success only cares about what you're willing to do today to move closer to your goals. It cares about what you do when no one is watching. It cares about the actions you take when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you feel like quitting. Success comes to those who put in the work when it feels like it's not even paying off. If you want success, you've got to be willing to give it everything you've got. You can't just wish for it, hope for it, or wait for the stars to align. Success doesn't work that way. It's not a handout. It's earned through sweat, sacrifice, and determination. You have to earn it with every ounce of energy you've got, with every bit of effort you can muster. If you truly want it, you've got to prove that you're willing to work for it. And that work is hard. It requires persistence. It requires doing what you don't feel like doing over and over again. It requires building habits that will support your success even when you feel like giving up. The road to success is not smooth, it's not easy, but it's a road that's worth traveling if you're willing to pay the price. If you're willing to earn it, not just wait for it. Success is a journey, not a destination. It's about what you learn along the way. It's about the growth you experience, the people you meet, and the impact you have on the world. But none of it will happen if you sit back and wait for success to come to you. You have to go out there and grab it. You have to make it happen. You have to earn it. So stop waiting. Stop hoping that success is just going to show up one day. If you want it, you've got to take it. If you want success, You've got to work for it. You've got to earn it every day, every step, every action. And when you earn it, when you've put in the work, when you've paid the price, that's when success will start to find you. But it only happens when you take ownership of your journey and stop waiting for someone else to hand it to you. Success is in your hands. Now it's time to earn it. Number 6, your network pays you based on your worth. Be worth knowing. Let me tell you something important. The people you surround yourself with, your network, is one of the most powerful factors in determining your success. But here's the thing that most people don't realize. Your network doesn't pay you based on who you know. It doesn't pay you based on how many friends you have. It pays you based on your worth. The value you bring to the table is the key to how people see you and how they treat you in the world of business, in your personal life, and in every opportunity that comes your way. You see, we all want to be surrounded by successful people, but here's the catch. In order for those successful people to want to be around you, you need to be worth knowing. Think about it. You don't want to waste your time with people who can't add value to your life. And those successful individuals that you admire, they don't want to waste their time with people who aren't bringing something worthwhile to the table either. The truth is, people don't hang around others because they're nice or because they want to do you a favor. No, people hang around others who are valuable to them. They seek out relationships that can benefit them in some way. But here's the thing. If you don't have anything valuable to offer, you won't get that seat at the table. And the longer you wait to realize this, the longer you'll stay stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. If you want to create a powerful network, you first have to focus on creating value for yourself. People won't just start throwing opportunities your way because they like you. It doesn't work like that. You have to be worth knowing. You have to develop the skills, the mindset, the expertise that people are looking for. You have to show up with something that adds real value to their lives. And let me tell you, that takes time. It's not something you can rush. It's not something that happens overnight. But if you put in the work, if you focus on developing your worth, the right people will start noticing you. Your network is your net worth. And while you might hear that phrase all the time, I don't think many people really understand its full meaning. It's not just about having a lot of people in your circle. It's about having the right people. People who can help you grow, people who can open doors, people who will challenge you to be better. And those kinds of people, they're not interested in hanging out with someone who doesn't have anything valuable to offer. So, the question is, what value do you bring to the table? What skills, what knowledge, what experiences can you offer that others will find valuable? If you don't know the answer to that question, it's time to figure it out. The world is full of people who want to succeed, but success doesn't just come to those who want it. It comes to those who can contribute. Success comes to those who have something worthwhile to offer. So it's time to ask yourself, how can I increase my value? What can I do to improve myself, to learn more, to become more skilled, to be someone that others would want to have in their lives? The truth is, your network will only pay you as much as you're worth. If you're not offering anything of value, don't expect people to start paying you for it. If you want to start getting paid what you're worth, you need to start by becoming someone worth knowing. You need to show the world that you are the kind of person who adds value, who solves problems, who makes things happen. One of the most powerful ways to start building your network and increasing your worth is by investing in yourself. The more you learn, the more you grow, the more valuable you become to others. The more you develop your skills, the more you become a resource for others. And when you can offer something of value, people are going to want to be around you, they're going to want to know you, they're going to want to work with you, they're going to want to see how they can help you succeed because they see that you can help them succeed too. That's what a valuable network looks like. It's not about what you can get from others, it's about what you can offer in return. When you focus on being a person of value, the opportunities will start to come to you. People will want to be around you because they know you have something to offer. And that's how your network starts to pay you. But here's the secret. Your worth doesn't just come from what you know, it comes from how you show up. It comes from your attitude, your work ethic, and the way you treat others. It's about being dependable, being trustworthy, being someone who adds value not just through knowledge, but through actions. If you're someone who always does what they say they're going to do, if you're someone who shows up on time, if you're someone who puts in the effort and the work, people are going to take notice. And that's when your network starts paying you. It's not just about having information, it's about being a person who consistently delivers. That's what makes you valuable. And let me tell you, when you start focusing on increasing your value, when you start working on becoming a person who's worth knowing, that's when things start changing for you. That's when opportunities start showing up in ways you never expected. That's when people start calling you for help. That's when doors start opening. And here's the beauty of it all. When you've built a network based on the value you provide, you don't have to go looking for opportunities anymore. They start coming to you. You start attracting the right people into your life. People who can help you grow, people who can give you the resources you need to take your life to the next level. But none of this happens unless you make the decision to increase your value. You can't expect people to want to be around you if you're not bringing anything of substance to the table. If you want to be worth knowing, you have to make it your mission to become someone worth knowing. That means continuously working on yourself, learning new things, sharpening your skills, and being the kind of person who can contribute to others. Remember, your network pays you based on your worth. And that's not just a cliche, it's the truth. The more you invest in your own personal growth, the more you become a person who adds value to the lives of others, the more your network will begin to pay you back. It's not a matter of luck, it's a matter of becoming the kind of person who is worth knowing, the kind of person who brings value to the table, the kind of person people want to connect with because they know you can help them get where they want to go. So start focusing on your worth today, because when you do, everything else will start to fall into place. Number 7, the world doesn't reward potential, it rewards results. There's one truth that a lot of people miss, and it's the reason why so many don't reach the heights they dream of. The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards results. You might be sitting there thinking, but I've got so much potential, I've got all these ideas, all this talent. Why am I not seeing the success I deserve? Well, let me tell you why. Because potential means nothing if you don't take action. The world doesn't care what you could do, what you might be able to achieve. It doesn't reward your hopes, your dreams, or your good intentions. It rewards what you actually do, what you create, and what you put out there in the world. The truth is, potential is just a fancy word for possibility. And let's be honest, we all have potential. Everyone does. But that doesn't mean much unless you're willing to turn that potential into something real. You could have all the skills, all the knowledge, all the drive in the world, but if you don't take action, if you don't produce results, it's just wasted energy. Potential alone won't pay the bills, won't build your business, won't get you the promotion, and won't create the life you want. What does all of that result? Results are what matter in the end. Think about it. If you were an employer, would you hire someone because they have a lot of potential? Or would you hire them because they've already proven they can get things done? Would you choose the person who says, I could be great someday, or the person who says, I've already accomplished this, and I can do even more? The world doesn't need your maybe, it needs your now. It doesn't need your good intentions, it needs your follow-through. It needs your consistency. It needs you to stop talking about what you could do and start doing it. There's a big difference between potential and results. When people talk about potential, they're often talking about the future, what they hope will happen, what they might one day accomplish. But the future isn't guaranteed. The only thing that's certain is what you do right now. If you want to make an impact, if you want to create success, if you want to build the life you've always dreamed of, you have to show up every single day and produce results. You can't just talk about it. You can't just hope for it. You have to work for it. And here's the thing. Results are what get noticed. Results are what create momentum. Results are what attract opportunities. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of, I'll do it tomorrow, or when I have more time, or when I'm ready. But the truth is, you'll never be ready until you start. You'll never feel like you have enough time until you make time, and you'll never be fully prepared until you dive in and get your hands dirty. You're always going to have more to learn, more to do, more ways to improve, but it's the person who takes action, who pushes through the discomfort, who is willing to show up even when they don't feel like it, who gets results. And those results, that's what the world notices. The thing is, results are the only way you'll ever prove your worth. Everyone has dreams and goals, but those are just wishes until they're backed up by action. You can have all the potential in the world, but if you're not taking consistent steps towards something, it doesn't matter. Action turns potential into something real. You can't wait for a perfect moment because the perfect moment will never come. What you need to do is start where you are with what you have and let the results speak for themselves. And when you start creating results, the doors begin to open. It might not happen overnight, and it might not always be easy, but the world has a funny way of rewarding those who put in the effort. People notice when you're someone who gets things done. Opportunities come your way when you consistently deliver results. It's not about having all the answers or knowing everything. It's about having the courage to take action, make mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward. People don't care how many times you've failed. They care about the fact that you got back up and kept going. That's what creates trust. That's what creates respect. That's what creates success. When you start putting results above potential, something amazing happens. You stop waiting for permission. You stop asking yourself, what if I fail? And start asking, how do I keep going after I do? The most successful people in the world didn't sit around waiting for their potential to be recognized. They worked tirelessly, often in the face of doubt, in the face of failure, in the face of obstacles. But they kept going, and eventually their results spoke louder than any potential ever could. They turned their potential into something tangible, something that had a real impact. And because of that, they created a legacy. They didn't just talk about success, they achieved it. So if you're sitting there waiting for something to change, waiting for the perfect time to start, waiting for the stars to align before you make your move, let me tell you, the time is now. The world doesn't care about your potential until you turn that potential into results. And here's the good news, it's never too late to start. It doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter what mistakes you've made in the past. What matters is what you do next. Start today. Start right now. Take that first step, no matter how small, and commit to showing up every day. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent, and when results will follow. So don't waste any more time. Stop thinking about what you could do and start doing it. The world is waiting for your results. And once you start producing them, everything will start to fall into place. It's not about how much potential you have, it's about how much action you're willing to take. Results are what the world values, and they're what will carry you to the next level. So get to work. Your success is waiting for you. Number 8, your bank account reflects your value. Increase it or stay broke. You know, one of the harshest truths about life that many people don't want to accept is this. Your bank account is a direct reflection of your value. It's a simple equation. The more value you offer, the more your bank account will reflect it. That's just how it works. Now, I know that might sting a little because we've all been taught to believe that things like hard work, loyalty, or even simply being a good person should guarantee success. But here's the truth. While all of those qualities are important, the marketplace doesn't care about any of them unless they come wrapped in value, and that value is what gets paid. Your income doesn't lie. It doesn't care about your excuses, your reasons, or your wishes. It reflects what you bring to the table. So if you're looking at your bank account right now and you're not happy with the number staring back at you, it's time to take a hard look at your value. You don't need a bigger paycheck. You need to increase your value. The world we live in is built around exchange. You offer something and in return you get something. The more valuable you're offering, the more the world is willing to exchange with you. Your value isn't determined by how hard you work. It's determined by what you're bringing to the table. It's easy to look at the people around you who seem to be thriving and wonder how they got there. You see their success, their wealth, their lifestyle, and you think, how come I'm not there? The answer's simple. They're bringing more value to the marketplace than you are right now. That's not a knock on you, that's a challenge. Because the moment you start bringing more value to the marketplace, your life will change. But here's the kicker. You don't increase your value by doing more of the same. If you want a bigger bank account, you've got to up your game. You've got to provide more. Think about it this way. If you're a car mechanic, being good at fixing cars might get you some customers, but what if you could offer something more? Maybe it's exceptional customer service. Maybe it's getting cars fixed faster than anyone else. Maybe it's offering some sort of value-added service that nobody else in your area offers. What you'll notice is that the more value you give, the more your business grows. You might even find yourself raising your prices because people are willing to pay more for what you offer. That's the magic of increasing your value. It changes everything. Now, I'm not talking about working harder or longer hours. This isn't about hustling until you burn out. It's about working smarter, not harder. It's about finding ways to improve, expand, and offer more value than what's expected. It's about taking a good hard look at what you're offering to the world and asking yourself, is this the best I can do? You don't get to stay comfortable and expect things to change. You don't get to sit around and wait for a raise or a promotion to fix your financial situation. If you want to change your bank account, you need to change the value you're offering. It's as simple as that. One thing I've learned over the years is that people don't value you because you're busy. They value you because of what you can do for them. So if you want a bigger bank account, start thinking about the ways you can bring more value into other people's lives. And I'm not talking about doing something for free. I'm talking about offering a service or a product that improves someone's life in a significant way. The more value you offer, the more you'll get paid for it. It's not a matter of luck. It's a matter of merit. The marketplace rewards those who can deliver what others want and need. And guess what? There's always room for more people who are willing to bring value. Think about the best in any field, the top doctors, the top lawyers, the top entrepreneurs. They didn't get there by doing what everyone else was doing. They got there by offering something unique, something valuable, something that made them stand out. And when you stand out because you've raised your value, people will pay for that. They will flock to you because they recognize that what you have to offer is worth their hard-earned money. They won't care if you're busy. They won't care about your excuses. They'll care about what you bring to the table, and they'll be happy to pay for it. So what does this mean for you? It means you need to start looking at yourself as a business, and that business needs to be constantly improving. It means you need to start asking yourself tough questions. Are you bringing the best value to the marketplace that you possibly can? Are you improving your skills, growing your knowledge, and expanding your capacity to serve? Are you constantly looking for ways to increase the value you offer? The more your bank account will reflect it. It's not about waiting for a break. It's about creating your own break by being the best at what you do and making sure people know it. If you're stuck right now and feeling like your bank account doesn't match the work you're putting in, it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about increasing the value of what you're offering. Take a step back and evaluate. Look at what you do and how you can make it better. How can you increase your skills? How can you serve more people? How can you add more value? The answers to these questions are the key to unlocking the success and wealth you want. And let me tell you something, the world is full of opportunity for those who are willing to step up, increase their value, and go after it. Your bank account is a mirror. It's reflecting everything you've put into the marketplace, whether you like it or not. So if you don't like the reflection, change what you're putting out there. Increase your value and watch everything else change. Your wealth is directly tied to what you offer. The more you give, the more you get. It's a simple formula. Increase your value and your bank account will follow. You don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay broke. You just have to up your game. It's time to bring more to the table. It's time to increase your value. And when you do, everything else will follow. Number 9, success is simple. Find a way to serve more and you'll have more. Success isn't some mystery. It's not some complex formula that only a few people can unlock. It's actually a lot simpler than we make it out to be. The formula for success is right in front of us, and it's not hidden in some obscure self-help book. It's sitting in plain sight for anyone who's willing to open their eyes and see it. Here's the truth. If you want to succeed, the easiest way is to find a way to serve more people. The more people you serve, the more you will have. It's a universal law. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or what you're doing. If you find a way to help more people, you will find success. It's such a simple concept, yet so many people complicate it. They get bogged down in all the details, in trying to figure out how to make everything perfect, when really, all they need to do is focus on helping others. Think about it. Every successful business, every successful person has one thing in common. They've found a way to solve a problem for other people. They're offering something that other people want or need, and in return, they're compensated. The exchange is simple. You offer value, and the world gives you success. You make someone's life easier, better, more enjoyable, or more fulfilling, and in turn, you'll get rewarded for it. That's how it works, plain and simple. Now, some of you may be sitting there thinking, I don't have anything special to offer. Or I don't know how I can serve more people. But let me tell you something, every single one of us has something of value to offer. It doesn't matter if it's a skill you've developed, a talent you've honed, or even just a willingness to listen and help others. The key to success is not waiting for something to be handed to you. It's about finding opportunities to serve. It's about getting out of your own head and focusing on what others need. And I can promise you, once you start doing that, everything begins to shift. Let's take a look at some of the most successful people in the world. Take a big company like Apple, for example. Steve Jobs didn't create the iPhone just for fun. He created it because he saw a problem that needed solving, a way to make communication and technology more seamless for people. And in doing so, he served millions of people and built one of the most valuable companies in the world. The same principle applies to every successful person. They found a way to serve more people, and in doing so, they had more success, more wealth, more influence. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be some grand world-changing idea. You don't need to invent the next big thing to make a difference. Sometimes success is about something as simple as providing a service that makes someone's life easier. If you're a mechanic, your job is to make sure people's cars are running smoothly. If you're a teacher, you're helping to shape the minds of the next generation. If you're a chef, you're giving people the experience of great food. The secret to success is not in how complicated or fancy your offering is. It's in how well you serve those who need it. The more you serve, the more success will come knocking at your door. But here's the kicker. It's not just about serving more people in quantity. It's also about serving them with quality. You can serve as many people as you want, but if the service you're offering isn't up to par, it's not going to work. You can't expect to build a business or gain success if the quality of what you're offering is mediocre. People want value. People want excellence. They want something that will truly help them and make their lives better. So as you're focusing on serving more people, make sure you're also focused on delivering top-notch value every single time. Now let's talk about why serving others brings you more. It's because when you serve, you build trust. When you build trust, people will keep coming back to you. They'll refer you to others. They'll talk about you to their friends. Word of mouth becomes your best friend. The more people trust you and the value you provide, the more they'll be willing to pay for it. The more your reputation grows, the more your business grows. And the best part, you don't even have to chase people down. When you serve others well, they come to you, they find you, they seek you out because they know you can solve their problems. And that's where the success starts to multiply. But here's the thing. This process doesn't happen overnight. You won't start serving people and immediately see massive results. It takes time. It takes consistency. It takes a willingness to show up every day and keep offering value even when things don't seem to be going your way. You might not see instant success, but if you keep going, it will come. Trust me, it always does. Every time. And as you continue to serve and build your reputation, the rewards will come. They might not come in the way you expect or on the timeline you expect, but they will come. And when they do, it will be worth every second of effort you put in. One of the most beautiful things about this approach is that it's not just about financial success, it's about fulfillment. When you serve others, you're doing something bigger than just making money. You're contributing to the world around you. You're making a positive impact. And that sense of fulfillment is something that goes beyond any paycheck. It fills you up in a way that nothing else can. It gives you purpose. It gives you meaning. And the more you serve, the more that sense of fulfillment grows. So if you're looking for success, don't overcomplicate it. The key is simple. Find a way to serve more, and you will have more opportunities, more success, and more fulfillment. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need to wait for some grand breakthrough. The breakthrough is in the service. The breakthrough is in the value you bring to others. And once you understand that, once you start serving, that's when the doors start to open. Success is waiting for you. All you have to do is show up and start serving. It's that simple. And I promise you, if you stick with it, the results will follow. Number 10, stay stuck or rise up. The choice is yours. There comes a moment in every person's life when they're faced with a choice. It's a decision that will determine the course of their future. It's a moment that comes when you're standing at a crossroads and you have two paths in front of you. You can either stay stuck, continue down the path you've been on, and let life unfold the same way it always has, or you can rise up, take charge of your life, and break free from the chains that have been holding you back. The truth is, the choice is yours. Nobody else can make it for you. No one else can decide if you stay where you are or if you rise to new heights. It's all on you. Staying stuck is comfortable, it's easy. It doesn't require you to do much. You can coast through life, doing the same things, getting the same results. You can keep your routine, keep your habits, and keep telling yourself that things are fine. But deep down, you know it's not enough. You know that there's more to life, more to you, more to your potential. But the fear of change, the fear of the unknown, the fear of failure, they hold you in place. They keep you stuck. And if you keep listening to those fears, you'll never move forward. But then there's the other path, the path where you rise up, the path where you look at your life no matter where you are right now, and you make a decision to take control. It's not an easy path. It's not the one that promises instant results or an easy road, but it's the one that leads to growth, to achievement, to fulfillment. It's the path where you start to do things differently. You start to push yourself beyond the comfort zone. You start to take risks, even when you're afraid. You take responsibility for your actions, your choices, your outcomes. And when you do that, when you choose to rise up, everything begins to change. Here's the thing about staying stuck. It feels familiar. You've done it for so long that it's like second nature. You've built habits, routines, and mindsets that keep you right where you are. And there's comfort in that familiarity. You know what to expect. You know the outcome. You can almost predict your day, your week, your year. But let me ask you this. How's that working for you? Are you truly fulfilled? Are you truly happy? Are you living the life you know you were meant to live? If you're honest with yourself, you know that staying stuck isn't giving you what you want. It's just keeping you in a holding pattern, waiting for something to change. But nothing is going to change unless you decide to make it change. The world rewards action. It rewards people who are willing to make a move, to step outside their comfort zone, to rise above their circumstances. The truth is, life doesn't change for you until you change for life. If you're tired of feeling stuck, then it's time to get up and do something about it. You don't need to wait for a miracle. You don't need to wait for someone to come along and hand you the keys to success. You already have everything you need inside of you to start making a difference in your life. The power to rise up, to take action, to change is within you right now. But only you can make that choice. The hardest part of rising up is often the mental shift. It's the moment when you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as the creator of your own destiny. It's the realization that the choices you've made up until now have gotten you to this point, but the choices you make moving forward can take you anywhere you want to go. You are not defined by your past. You are not defined by the mistakes you've made. You are defined by what you do next. And that's incredibly powerful. So what does it look like to rise up? It's different for everyone. For some, it's starting a new career. For others, it's improving their relationships. It could be taking better care of your health. It could be making the decision to learn something new, to expand your knowledge, to grow. Rising up means doing whatever it takes to break free from the chains that have kept you stuck for so long. It means having the courage to take a step forward even when you're scared. It means looking at your life, acknowledging where you are, and saying, this is not where I want to stay. I'm going to do something about it. Rising up isn't about perfection. It's not about having everything figured out before you take action. It's about progress. It's about making the decision to move forward, even when you don't have all the answers. Because here's the truth. No one ever has all the answers. There's always uncertainty, there's always fear, but you have to learn to move through that fear, to push past the doubt and to take action anyway. The more you do that, the easier it gets. The more you rise up, the more confident you become. And the more confident you become, the more you start to see results. But you have to be willing to rise up for yourself. It can't be for anyone else. It can't be because someone else told you to do it. It has to come from within you. You have to want it for yourself. And when you want it badly enough, when you're truly committed to making a change, nothing will stop you. Nothing. You see, the key to all of this is your decision. You can keep doing the same things and keep getting the same results, or you can rise up. You can choose to take responsibility for your life and create a future you're excited about. It all starts with one simple decision: to take action. Once you make that choice, the universe will start to align itself in your favor. Opportunities will begin to show up. People will start to notice you. Things will begin to shift. But none of that happens unless you make the choice to rise up. So ask yourself, are you ready to stay stuck, or are you ready to rise up? The choice is yours, and it's a powerful one. It's the kind of decision that can change everything. But remember, it's up to you to make it. No one can make that choice for you. You have everything you need to succeed, but it's up to you to take the first step. So go ahead, rise up. Your future is waiting. All right, we've covered a lot today. Now it's up to you to put this into action. Remember, the choice is yours. You can stay stuck where you are, or you can rise up, take control, and create the life you want. Your value, what you bring to the world, is directly tied to your success. If you want more, you've got to become more. The world is full of opportunities, but it rewards those who put in the work, raise their value, and never stop growing. So ask yourself, are you ready to step up? Are you ready to challenge yourself, push past your comfort zone, and really become the person you were meant to be? I believe in you. I know you've got what it takes. Now go out there and make it happen. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is now. Your future starts with the decisions you make today. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Keep working on yourself, keep raising your value, and let's make the world a better place, one person at a time. You've got this. Stay focused, stay driven, and I'll see you in the next video.